Hey guys, how's it going today? If you didn't already know, there is a lot going on, and I know you probably have heard the call has been leaked. The call between xQc, Trainwrecks, Asmongold, Mizkif, Mitch, and Barry regarding Adriana Lee's situation of sexual assault and the role that Mizkif played in it. Sadly, Maya did not join, and
or Mitch or Train or Mizkif or Maya or Asmon or anybody else on this call. I'm not accusing them of being biased, but I'm just saying don't ever fool yourself into thinking, oh, this person has no reason to lie about anything. Everybody could have a reason to lie about something. Not that they are. Just keep these things in mind, okay? Just.
That's what Mitch told me as well.
Shit like this, and then they were telling her what to write in the tweet longer, so it wouldn't look bad for Crazy Slick.
Okay, yes.
So I was there the entire time. I watched the entire thing.
So Train, what does that
we
have
have
to
one
do
more
with me?
clip from Mitch that I want to see real quick. We got one more clip from Mitch.
Right, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows the exact words that Miz, like, I feel like I should clarify the exact words that Miz said, like, again, because people can make their own interpretation of that, correct?
Clarify it. What were the exact words that were said?
The exact words that were said were like, Maya, you are Maya Higa. You know who you are. You're a woman. She'll listen to you. Not like maybe listen's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. She...
This shit is wild. All right.
Listen, how can you go from this person that cares to this? What is it? You're willing to throw anyone under the bus, and then you give me the excuse that you want to save Crazy Slick. Bro,
I did want to save Crazy Slick. That was my objective, was to make sure
Mitch told me,
it was okay.
And I know Mitch is gonna have a hard time doing this because he's with you right now. Which, if you're how you are, you know it's gonna be tough to do this. But like, he told me that you said, you're like, listen, Maya, you need to go there and use who you are on Twitch to get him to write something less. You wanted that
because we had no idea what was going to happen.
Mizkif, Maya.
Look, it's hold up. It's basically the same thing that Miz just but check it out. It's the same thing that
Mitch go.
No, it's the same thing that you just said, Matt. Like where you were like, like I knew Maya was like liked or whatever. You said, yeah. I mean, it's literally that you said that exactly. Like
because I knew for the fact that Adriana was not going to give me any information because she wasn't talking to Mitch. She didn't want to talk to either of us. And Maya is someone that's actually liked. And Maya also did have...
So we know now that the reason why Train knows what he knows is because it seems like Mitch has passed on the information. And now Train and Mizkif are now grilling Mitch to figure out what exactly Mitch said, how he interpreted things. Because obviously the characterization that Train has of everything is way different than the characterization that Mizkif is saying happened. But
about her own sexual assault experience in life. You think someone that has gone through it herself would go over to another victim's house and down talk them from not writing something?
Right.
She just went live and talked about this at her own experience. So you think she went out of her own will to talk to somebody and talk them down from tweeting about something that happened to her? None of this makes sense. And what Mitch told me directly, they were sent to that house.
So if Mitch directly told him that they were told explicitly to go there to downplay the situation and get this solved so Crazy Slick would look better than what he actually did, then it explains why Trainwrecks is being the way he's being with this whole situation. The only thing I don't understand is why they're not going directly to Mitch to at least get the clarification on what he did say and then trying to talk to Miz after that. Because once he's backed into the corner, it's a little bit easier to get the conversation to where you need to get it to. Waste a lot less time, too. I'm really curious to see what Asmon thinks about this right now, because I'm assuming he's probably thinking of targeting Mitch. He's usually quick to go right to the source.
By any means possible by you. This story that you just wanted to do it innocently and you just wanted to get information, that is such bullshit.
Train. You didn't you're making a narrative, you're twisting it. I said he's my best friend and I want to make sure that he's okay. I did want to make sure that was the thing. He's my best fucking friend. Did I tell Maya and Slick to
Okay, so real quick, I'm calling it as I see it. If Mizkif here is trying to sell the idea that he just wanted to see what really happened, saying that he's prioritizing finding out if Slick is okay is not the way to do it. This is a bad, because now it makes it sound like he's more concerned about what happened to Slick than what happened to Adriana, which is not the line of statements he wants to be making, if that is indeed
Maya and them to go there and try to do anything means possible? No.
That's what Mitch told me on the spot there, and that's what happened
Did
when
anybody
they got
else
there.
hear that?
Listen, Mitch, you told me what you told me.
Dude, it was literally me, Slick, Maya, and fucking Matt.
Mitch, listen.
Train, let me tell you something. I was crying when they left, and I know Maya was too, and so was Mitch, because we all knew that Slick might. I personally thought we were.
Why are you saying this stuff when you sent someone to the house to write the twit longer and have them come down? Like, it makes no sense.
I did not send anyone to write the twit longer. Adriana's her own human being, and she can completely write what she wants. I did not send anyone to go.
Slick is your best friend, right? It's not Maya's best friend. It's not Mitch's best friend. It's your best friend. So you're telling me Maya and Mitch went out of their own will to go over there, and for your best friend, they decided to have Adriana with threats backpedal on her twit longer.
You also said blackmail, Train. What blackmail?
That's what blackmail is. It won't be good for your career.
What threats?
It won't be good for your career.
You think I said that? I never said that.
You don't need to say it. You sent people there to say it for you.
I never said anyone to go over there and say.
Then why are Maya and Mitch doing that for your best friend? Does that make any sense to anybody or you?
They're best friends with him too. Don't act like
they're
Maya
best
and
friends
Slick
with
are
him.
best friends.
Oh yeah,
Slick,
Maya.
Mitch, are you guys not very close to Slick? Slick's our best.
I'm friends with Slick, yeah, for sure.
He said best
friends.
friend. Yeah, he just said he's not best friends.
Aren't you best friends with Slick, Mitch? Yeah, I'm friends with that guy a little bit. Yeah. Sure. Holy fuck, bro. Come on, man. God damn, Miz. Even if I pretend like I don't know that Mitch is already saying these things about you, just hearing this right now, man, I get it. It's your career. It's all the sponsors. It's the org. It's everything. You shouldn't even have had this talk. You should have just stepped away from Slick. Never talked about anything. Apologized to the whole community for even having him around. And then, if you still wanted to be friends with him, help him get the help he needs and some kind of, therapy to go through so he doesn't do this again. And then maybe some coaching on charisma and coaching on, how to make proper advances while talking to women and the angles in which you can go about that so you can have a little bit more finesse in a positive and healthy way rather than doing this weirdo shit where he's going in the room where girls are sleeping and being like, I'm just trying to check their pulse. Let me check I know the best way to check their pulse is actually by their femoral artery, and I am going to just reach down here between their legs and just check that real quick, guys. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Miz?
Friends with him.
No, Train. We care
He just
about
said
Slick.
it.
Maya cares a lot about Slick. Maya lived with me and Slick. How would you know my situation with me and Slick? Me and Maya and Slick were very, very close.
Here's all I know.
Time.
Here's all I see. I see you doing what you did to Adriana right now to Mitch. I see you doing it to me in the DM.
I didn't do anything.
Mitch is scared to talk. I hear it. I hear it in Mitch's voice. He barely even. He just muttered.
What? Bro. Dude, Mitch is like an innocent puppy. That's why he's playing with that dog outside. Because he's just he knows things are wrong or right, but he doesn't. It's just simple, bro. Simple life, man.
I
No,
feel like
I'm
now you're
I'm
just
scared to
making shit up.
talk because I feel like I'm put in the middle of a situation. You know what I'm saying?
Trent,
And like,
I don't think you know the situation. Straight up.
Sorry, just to be clear, Mitch put himself in this situation. He didn't get put here. Mitch was the one that communicated this, so I don't know why he's saying I don't want to be in the middle of the situation. Motherfucker, you walked into it, screaming on both sides. Like,
maybe I should ask, since I'm
That is true. He is the one that made all of this happen.
not quite as biased, and
Good.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really know exactly what's going on. So, Mitch, like, from your perspective, like, what happened that day?
I told everything that we've said in this call adds up completely. Like, we were.
Yup.
Yeah, we were in the. We were in.
Why is he saying yup? Bro, Mitch is against this man. Don't say yup. God damn. All right, Mizkif. I don't even... Fuck, bro.
We were in Slick's room when we were about to go to Adriana Lee's house or whatever. Barry wasn't there yet. It was me, Matt, Slick, and Maya. And then, Miz was saying exactly what we just said in the call. He was like, you were even telling me I shouldn't go. You should just send Maya because she's a girl and she'll relate and shit. And then, like, me going there, well, yeah, and, like, that was pretty much it. Like, yes, Miz definitely knew, like, the situation and how to play it to benefit his friend and wanted that to happen. That is what
Of course,
yes.
he's my best friend. Of course, I want to make sure
You
that we
just
can have the best
admitted
way
what
possible.
Okay,
We
all
can
right,
make-
all right.
We can have the best way possible to make sure that Slick
Do you
is
know what-
okay and everything
do you know
goes
what-
away.
So
I was
even-
ready to lose Slick, though. Just to think that I wasn't ready to lose Slick is you're out of your mind. If she went to
He definitely did pretty much admit that his full intentions were to protect Slick, not actually just collect the information and then come to the conclusion after the fact. I don't think you can have a good information collection if you're already going into it with the answer. So I don't know.
if Maya went there and said, yeah, I talked to Adriana and she's like, Slick 100% did what she did. I don't even remember what he did. But if she said that, I was ready to lose Slick.
okay, so this is what Miz should have said the first time. This is what Mizkif should have said the first time. If Maya uncovers from Adriana that Slick acted in an inappropriate manner, he was ready to cut out Slick. That's what should have been said the first time. But
when they left the place, me and Slick
thing
were
is,
sitting
like-
there. It's over.
But is there
I'm
more
telling
to
you,
the
Train,
story?
It really was that way, and I don't know how.
What Mitch just said
how
and
can
what
I
you just
prove
said
to you?
yup
'Cause it-
to is bad.
the problem here is everybody in this fucking call is a fucking pussy. Okay, because right now it sounds like, to me, Mitch has the answers here to what exactly is going on, but he's saying that he agrees with both sides when both sides are painting a very different narrative of what actually happened. Where one has Mizkif as a conniving schemer, sending over his lovely doty girlfriend to make smooth everything over with Adriana, and then on the other hand, you've got Mizkif, the responsible, OTK runner and everything, trying to figure out if his best friend really fucked up and if he needs to kick him out of his house as a result. These are two very different stories, and there's a lot of like kind of half-hearted agreements, but like people really need to focus on like what the fuck happened. And neither side is like drilling. It would have to be either be Mitch or Barry that has to be drilled into to figure out what the fuck was actually said. Like who's being sent to do what.
That I sent Maya there because
That you
know.
knew how to play it to benefit you. You don't think that's bad?
Well, I think that every single person is going to do something that's beneficial towards them.
Asmongold
It's
not in
just
covering up a fucking rape or a sexual assault.
And that's what I'm really trying to understand.
Sexual assaulter.
She wrote.
She tweeted that Train.
She-
She
Yeah,
literally wrote that Train that Slick might have done it.
Might
Did she?
have done it. Might have, because she was downplayed and down-talked and threatened by Maya, because she was sent there by you, because she was more trusting and relatable, so it could play out your way. You don't see that as an issue?
Wait, hold up, Barry and Mitch. Like, is that an accurate summary or?
I don't know.
Thank you, Asmongold, coming in to the people that need to be addressed. Handle it.
Why Asmongold has like no political experience. I don't ever see him like engage in like any like super intellectual activities besides World of Warcraft. He's a very smart guy. Asmongold is asking the absolute correct questions right now. He honed in on it, and now he's asking Barry, Mitch, Tell me what the fuck happened. These are the people that need to be interrogated right now. The back and forth between Mitch and Tyler, or I'm sorry, Jesus, the names. The back and forth between Mizkif and Tyler, or Trainwrecks, is irrelevant. None of that matters right now. These are the only two people that matter.
As two people that were there.
They got Maya gaslit her pretty fucking hard. Dude.
See, I didn't hear that because I was outside. I was outside, dude.
Oh my
I listened
God.
to the whole thing, man. It was
bro, Mitch. Oh man, dude, Mitch is. It's always funny when there's somebody like this in the group because there's always one of them. It's like the happy-go-lucky guy that doesn't need to be around for anything bad going on because it's gonna weigh on their conscience. And I bet more is gonna come out now. Even more about Mizkif is gonna come out now. Not because he's trying to clout chase, but because he's trying to lift the weight off of his shoulders from the stress Mizkif has put on him. He's like Atlas holding the world of Mizkif's deceits and problems. It's absolutely ridiculous. I feel for the man.
it was like kind of shocking because I did like.
Okay, so if Mitch is saying that he was outside with the dog, I don't know why he's even in this call. It sounds like he shouldn't be saying anything at all. But now we have.
No, not correct, Destiny, because he was there for the initial conversation with Maya and Mizkif, and that still needs to be figured out if they were actually sent there with that intent. As I mean, we've watched the video on Livestream Fails now, and we know that that's potentially, it's at least leaning more towards that side, but he's still very much a key player in this. Very much so.
We have a crucial hole in the story. Well, here, so there's two things. One, Barry is saying that Maya was way too hard on Adriana. Mitch can't contradict that testimony because he wasn't there. But if that's the case, why did Mitch ever say anything to Trainwrecks in the first place? That doesn't make sense. I don't know if Asmongold will hone in on that or not, but it doesn't make sense that Mitch would have communicated that something improper happened if he was outside with the dog the entire time. He didn't hear the conversation. Why would you say anything at all?
Like,
Okay, so you're saying that Maya, so you're saying Maya 100% downplayed. Well, so was there more to the story? That's what I always wanted to know.
Because
yes,
here's
dude,
like-
she gaslit her.
wait.
And
Okay.
it was really like I said, she was like, "Are you sure that happened? You were drunk. You wouldn't remember it, right? That doesn't sound like crazy slick." And then saying like, "If you tweet longer, slick, this will not be good for your streaming career. You won't be invited anywhere." Stuff like that. And she was like saying it like.
Are you sure Maya said that? I really can't picture Maya saying that.
Yeah, I remember it, dude.
Okay,
I just remember driving.
Let me go to this train.
So we have Barry's testimony here. It would be really interesting to hear what Maya and what Adriana have to say about these two things, obviously, as the two first parties involved. Because Barry is making it sound really, really bad now.
Yo, has Maya said exactly what happened in her conversation? Or has Adriana said what Maya was talking to her about in her conversation? I know she brought it up briefly where she pretty much said that, you know, this could be bad for your career and stuff like that. But now that we're getting this side of it, I'd like even more details than what we have currently. And then I'd love to hear Maya's side as well, although it looks very, very bad for Maya right now. Even worse now that we have more proof leading toward Mizkif actually, you know, targeting Adriana in this way to silence her.
Let's Train. If your best friend was possibly losing his entire life and career, right? Would you not try to send somebody to try to understand what happened?
I'll give you an example. Okay, on a lesser level, not involving sexual assault. I'll give you a different level. Greek god X. Okay.
Right.
This motherfucker is on the verge of losing everything. Okay. And I stayed loyal as his friend, but as a
Would
reason.
you say your closest Greek me and Slick, man? I mean, me and Slick are literally best buds.
Yes,
bro. I hang out with Slick every day.
But as a reasonable person, I said what he's saying is fucking stupid and he's wrong. But I'll be there for him. You could be there for Slick while he's canceled. You could be there for him and be his friend still. The problem is you don't want that.
Are you sure I could be friends with a rape victim?
A rape victim.
Or
He's
a rapist? You said he raped someone. I could be friends with a rapist afterwards? What?
That's up to you. That's up to you.
Bro, Train.
That's not on me. That's up to you. But you're saying he's your best friend. What?
Bro, look, I was ready to lose Slick that day, just like I did for Connor, like months before. And
you lost.
I
listen,
sent
you,
Maya there, and I think I did nothing wrong by sending Maya and Mitch there because I wanted to know the situation and I wanted Slick to be okay. Now, did I tell Maya, hey, say all that stuff? No, I don't believe Maya said that. But if she did, I never would say that. Hey, by the way, this can make your career weird. Train, you know I'm smart. I would never say to someone to do that. So no, I didn't.
You know what you just admitted right there.
So I'm not in Mizkif's shoes. I don't know how it feels to be him necessarily or someone like him at the moment. I do not have that level of clout, although maybe eventually one day we will. So like and sub to the channel. But anyway, no, I don't know what that's like, so I don't know how lonely it can feel when you're in those positions per se. But I do have a best friend that is going through a tough time, and I'm not. How do I say this? I've lived a different lifestyle growing up. I personally take responsibility for all of the things that I have done and all of the things that all the situations I put myself in. And so not very many of my friends are still alive to this day. And one of the few that is, and he's one of my closest friends, has slipped back down into probably one of the worst places I've seen him slip down into. And sometimes you have to cut people off. Sometimes they have to have nothing left before they can pull themselves back out. And so I am not the type of person that's going to sit there and protect and defend and do all this weird shit for someone when all they're doing is making my life suck ass. And I've done it for him in the past. It's fine to do it once or twice, but when it starts getting big, like stuff like what Crazy Slick is doing, or stuff like what my good friend was doing, there comes a time where you have to have the conversation to be like, look, you need to get your shit together, or we can't do this. It's not fair to anyone, and you're just taking advantage of everybody. So Mizkif should have done this a while ago. Probably like a month after, or 2 months after all of this first took place. He should have addressed this. That's just my opinion, though.
Oh my God!
What did I admit?
You know you were smart. You would never say it. Yeah, so you're saying you didn't say it, so you could say you didn't say it, but you knew what you were doing by sending them.
I don't know what you're saying at this point. You're saying.
Asmongold, please,
listen,
bro.
I sent
Mizkif here needs to be fighting against the characterization of what Maya did instead of trying to justify sending Maya over. Because if Maya did what she did, there is no justification for that, and Mizkif shouldn't be trying to justify it. It makes him look really, really, really bad. I don't know what the fact that there's so little focus from Mizkif on the actual conversation itself, in my opinion, makes Mizkif and Maya look really bad. Because, like, if somebody told me, for instance, that, like, oh, Melina went and talked to this person, she was gaslighting the entire time, do you think that's okay? I wouldn't justify sending Melina over. I'd say, I don't think Melina would ever do that. We need to talk about that. What the fuck? Because if Melina did that, yeah, I'm going to throw her under the bus. That's unacceptable. I'm not going to accept. There's no world where that would be an acceptable outcome. Like, that's like not a good thing to just kind of like skirt past, I think.
I sent Maya there and Mitch to try to mend the situation because all I knew from Barry is that Slick's done. We had no context. Slick was sitting there depressed as shit, barely talking.
Who cares about Slick being depressed as shit? Like, listen, there's a difference.
I mean, what you told me I could be friends with him after he raped somebody.
I didn't tell you could be friends with him. I told you. I told you it's your prerogative, if you are as best friends as you say you are, to be there for him if you want to look past that. Do you understand? But to sit there and feel bad and make excuses to why you sent Maya there because you felt bad for him are two different conversations. Do you understand? It's like saying you feel bad for Slick or scamming everybody. It doesn't. He made his decision. He needs to face repercussions.
Right, and I was totally down for Slick. I was under the impression that Maya
I was ready to lose him that night again
with Mitch, because that's why they went there. Because no one was talking to us.
Find out what
I wanted answers. I wanted answers. Dude, Slick, we knew nothing besides what Novaru told us. And Barry can confirm that. We knew nothing. I had no idea.
Wait. Barry, is that true?
But Novaru, I don't know what Novaru told him.
No, the clip from the day before when Novaru went live and said Slick did something. That was where this all started.
So yeah, I remember. I was there. I watched it. I reacted to it and everything.
Right.
So
yeah.
like,
so that's
what I'm trying to get an understanding of is like, how much did you guys even know going into it?
Nothing, dude. And that's why I wanted Maya to go. I wanted Maya to go because I wanted Maya and Mitch to find out what the fuck's going on.
It's not like you knew that he did something that you didn't know directly that he did something that was bad. You just kind of assumed that it didn't happen.
No, Asmon, I assumed it did happen. I was assuming that Maya and Mitch were going to go there, find out what happened, and that
Slick
it was going to be over.
Slick kept denying that anything like wrong happened.
Slick was not talking to us, dude. He was.
Something that, oh fuck, I should have thought about this beforehand. So obviously I'm in contact with a lot of the people that are peripheral to this. If somebody wants to come in and clarify something that isn't on this call, should I give them the opportunity to now? Because right now, so like for instance, would it be appropriate for me to pull Maya or Adriana in here if I wanted to clarify, or if they felt like they needed to clarify something, or do I just let the call stand on its own? I feel like one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to drag people in and have them start debating. But another thing that is really fucked is a lot of testimonies being given to what somebody else said, and they have no representation on this call. That's essentially a leak, which is super not fair to that person. I don't know what the right answer is there. I don't know why I'm asking you guys, because literally nothing you say would influence me on this. The thing is that if I pull somebody in, somebody else is going to want to come in to argue against it, and then we're going to get bogged down like in a debate that's ongoing, which is probably not okay. I think what I'll probably do is I think I'll probably play it down, and then at the end I'll invite people in. But it sucks really hard if I let somebody, like, let's say for instance, let's say Maya were to come in and Maya were to say, I didn't say any of those things. Barry wasn't even in the room. That would shade the rest of this conversation a lot. But let's say that Maya came in and she's like, yeah, I think I did say those things, but like Mizkif told me to. That would also shade the rest of the conversation a lot. Oof. I'm just gonna play it down. I'm gonna hope that the parties involved are hopefully representing their side of the situation as much as possible, and I'm gonna feel like the responsibility lied on both parties to bring the appropriate people to this call if they felt like they needed to be there to represent what really happened. So Mizkif should have had Maya in this call if he felt like this was going to happen. That seems like it would have been pretty important. And then at the end, it sucks because it's going to be so late. But at the end, I'll let anybody come on and say what they want to say. I'm not probably going to be moderating debates on this, if anybody is thinking that. But if somebody wants to come on and give their take at the end or explain something more at the end, I probably would. Destiny, but Maya has no people in this call. Yeah, I know. That's a rough one. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it down. That sucks, but yeah, damn. I'll keep trying to represent both ends of this, I guess. So yeah.
Sitting in his bed, being quiet as
shit.
No,
Slick was speaking. I kept asking him like, "Yo, like, you know, like nothing happened. Like, you're not gonna make me look like an idiot, right?" Like, I remember like.
It's not like Slick was sitting there having full-on conversations. Slick was like.
No, you're right. He was fucking anxiety ridden. Yes, but he claimed that nothing happened, and it was
nothing happened.
Yes, and that's what we were going off of, because all we had was that and whatever Noboru said on stream, and then Adriana wasn't talking to us, but she was talking to Barry through Kyle, and that's what happened, right, Barry?
Yeah. All I know is you guys called me and asked if I could get you there, and I said yeah. And then
so Train. So for you to say that I did it,
you orchestrated it. Yes.
I sent Maya and Mitch to go there and see what happened, and I went there and I.
So let me get this straight. I want to ask you the question, okay? So the same way Asmongold's asking the question, but give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to ask you the other.
Okay, I hate that I'm doing this, but I'm going to play like a little bit of JCS here, in a disgusting way. When Mizkif keeps repeating that same line, that like all I did was this, all I did was this, all I did was this, and he's not willing to like venture much outside of like those like one or two lines, it makes his statement look a little bit more sus. Also, the fact that he's unwilling to engage with the fact that Maya's being accused of being sent over to gaslight somebody, he seems to not be interested to do that at all, is like pretty weird. But On the flip end of that, it could also just be that he's really nervous and he's really worried that he's going to fuck up if he says something stupid, and he's just going to let something slip that doesn't make sense, and then it's going to like paint the rest of everything in a really bad light too. Could be a lot of things going on, but
Either way, okay? So let me get this straight. You wake up in the morning,